He was once hailed as a hero, a conqueror of Uganda, a king. But beneath the surface of this brutal dictator lay a madman, a man whose cruelty could rival history's most notorious tyrants. He killed without hesitation. He tortured with a twisted sense of pleasure. He even ate human flesh. This is the horrifying story of Idi Amin, the butcher of Uganda. Born into poverty in the northern corner of Uganda, Idi Amin was a son of the Alkoli people. His early years were marked by hardship. His father, a failed farmer, had little to offer the young boy. But Amin, known for his physical strength, was drawn to power. It was the British Army that would offer him the means to climb. The British saw potential in the young, ambitious Amin. Despite being a commoner, Amin was chosen by the colonial powers to serve in the King's African Rifles, a colonial army designed to maintain control over East Africa. The British military believed in Amin's brutality. They saw his ambition and ruthlessness as useful tools for maintaining their rule. Amin's rise through the ranks was swift. His strength and cruelty won him the favor of the British, who trained him in modern military tactics. Amin had a singular goal: power. In 1962, Uganda gained independence from Britain. The dream of self-rule had begun. Milton Obote, leader of the Uganda People's Congress, became the first prime minister. His leadership was seen as the symbol of a new era. But as the years went on, Obote's rule became increasingly authoritarian, and cracks in the political system started to show. Obote, driven by his vision of a united Uganda, struggled to balance power between the country's various ethnic groups. As time went on, the military, led by Amin, became increasingly powerful. Tensions between the two men grew. Amin had ambitions of his own. Despite Obote's leadership, Amin was a rising force in the shadows. In 1966, Idi Amin's path to power took a dangerous turn. Obote's presidency had become increasingly unpopular, with accusations of corruption and dictatorship. Tensions reached a boiling point, but Amin, known as the ultimate opportunist, began making his own plans. Amin's rise to power was no accident. He had the support of key military officers, and the British, who had helped him rise to power, turned a blind eye to the brewing storm. On January 25, 1971, while Obote was out of the country, Amin launched a military coup. The army, under Amin's command, stormed the capital, Kampala. In a matter of hours, Idi Amin seized the reins of Uganda's government. Obote was overthrown, and Amin declared himself president of Uganda. The military, under Amin's leadership, crushed any opposition. Those who challenged him were mercilessly silenced. Once in power, Amin's madness unfolded. Those who dared to challenge him were silenced. Thousands of Ugandans, political opponents, tribal enemies, and even his own military officers vanished without a trace. Amin's cruelty knew no bounds. He reveled in the violence he unleashed. He reportedly kept the bodies of those he killed in his mansion. In a twisted act of power, he even spoke to the corpses of his victims, imagining they would answer him. But the most chilling stories were yet to come. Perhaps the most horrific and gruesome aspect of Amin's reign were the chilling rumors surrounding his relationship with death. Stories abound of him killing his wife, and even sleeping next to her dead body in his bed. His relationship with death didn't stop there. Some former ministers claimed that Amin was not just a murderer, but a cannibal. He was rumored to have eaten the flesh of his victims, though Amin always denied it. But witnesses to Amin's violent rituals say they saw human remains in his fridge. He would even host extravagant dinners, never fully explaining the source of his meat. Amin's grip on power continued to tighten. In 1972, in a move that shocked the world, Amin expelled 60,000 Asians from Uganda. They were blamed for Uganda's economic problems, but Amin's true motive was more sinister. He wanted to seize their businesses, their wealth. He claimed his actions were to cleanse Uganda of foreign influence, but there was more to it. Amin admired the ruthless tactics of Adolf Hitler. His obsession with Hitler's brand of authoritarianism grew with every passing year. He surrounded himself with Nazi symbols, and he even declared himself the King of Scotland, referencing a maniacal comparison to the Führer. The comparison to Hitler didn't end with admiration. It was in his bloodthirstiness. Just like the Nazis, Amin exterminated anyone who was a threat to his vision of Uganda. Amin's madness did not go unnoticed on the world stage. In 1976, Palestinian hijackers landed in Uganda, and Amin offered them sanctuary. They held hostages at Entebbe airport, and the world held its breath. What followed was Operation Entebbe, a daring rescue mission by Israeli commandos. The world saw the true extent of Amin's madness. He had allied himself with terrorists, showing the depths of his depravity. In 1979, his grip on power began to falter. Neighboring Tanzania launched an invasion, and Ugandan soldiers, tired and disillusioned, abandoned their posts. Amin fled Uganda, first to Libya, then to Saudi Arabia. He lived in exile, never facing justice for the hundreds of thousands he killed. Amin died in 2003, living in the shadows of his own madness. He was never tried for his war crimes. His reign remains one of the darkest chapters in history. Idi Amin's name will forever be associated with terror, violence, and unrestrained cruelty. He stands alongside history's most monstrous leaders, not only for his brutality, but for the way he managed to slip through history's cracks, unpunished and unrepentant.